Welcome to the Growing Athletes Podcast. I'm your host, Amy Suter. Join me on a journey to unlock potential, chase dreams, and lead authentically fulfilled lives. Together, we'll explore the powerful crossroads of sports, mindset, and personal growth. Prepare to become the next best version of you. I'm Amy Suter, and this is the Growing Athletes Podcast. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Growing Athletes Podcast. Today we're diving into something that runs deeper than strategy, deeper than skill, the foundation underneath every bit of mindset work, belief. Because at the end of the day, belief drives everything. This episode is for every athlete or coach who knows deep down that you have the talent, you can feel it, you know you're right there. But somehow, when it really matters, something takes over. You start strong, you compete, you battle, and then suddenly you can feel the shift. The energy just changes. The confidence fades, and doubt starts to creep in. If you've ever found yourself saying, "We have what it takes, I just don't know why we can't seem to win," I see you, I hear you. Because what's happening isn't about effort. It's about belief. You can't outperform what you don't believe. I'm going to say that again. You can't outperform what you don't believe. You can put in all the work, do every rep, and give every ounce of effort. But if your inner story doesn't match the outcome you're chasing, your mind will always pull you back to what feels familiar, even if what's familiar is losing. This is just how our nervous system is wired. You know what's frustrating? When you know your team has what it takes, the skill, the speed, the chemistry, and still you watch moments slip away that just shouldn't. You can feel it happening. The shift. One small mistake, one missed play, one call that doesn't go your way, and all of a sudden you can see it. Heads drop, voices go quiet, and doubt starts to creep in. You can almost feel the confidence leave the area. And once that belief starts to fade, everything else follows. This isn't about talent, it's about belief. And that's not just a motivational statement, it's psychology. In sports psychology, there's a concept called the self-fulfilling prophecy. What you expect, you create. If deep down you believe you're a team that falls apart when it matters most, your mind will find subtle ways to make that true. A hesitation, a misread, a half second of doubt. And before you realize it, you're living out the story your belief already wrote. The brain's job isn't to make you happy, it's to make you right. It constantly searches for proof. That's what you already believe is true. So if your inner story says, "We don't win close games," your brain will notice every play that supports that belief and tune out the moments that contradict it. Pretty soon, your effort, your communication, your energy, all of it starts to mirror that story. And here's what I mean when I say that. Over time, if the pattern keeps repeating, if you keep competing hard and it still ends the same, your brain begins to associate trying hard with falling short. And then it starts to protect you from disappointment by lowering your expectations before you even realize it. That's what I mean when I say belief always wins, even over effort. Even when you tell yourself, this time will be different, if the belief hasn't changed, your body and mind will quietly steer you back to what feels familiar. Because here's the truth. The human mind would rather be right than win. It's more comfortable losing in a story it knows than winning in one it doesn't yet believe. And this kind of work, the belief work, it isn't just for athletes. It's for coaches too. Because every team carries two belief systems. The one the players hold and the one the coaches hold. And those beliefs, they feed off of each other. When a coach hits that point of quiet desperation, that "what else can I do" feeling, it's rarely because they've lost belief in their athletes. It's usually because they've lost belief in what they're doing, because it's just not working. So they start searching, reaching for everything, new drills, new strategies, new speeches, anything to shake things up.
And it's coming from love, from wanting to help, from wanting to win. But here's the hard truth. That frantic energy of trying everything often sends a louder message than the words themselves. To athletes, it feels like uncertainty, like the ground is shifting again. And the moment a team senses uncertainty in the process, beliefs start to scatter. It's not that the coach doesn't believe in their players. It's that everyone starts chasing what's next instead of staying anchored in what works. And that's how beliefs get diluted, not by lack of effort, but by inconsistency, driven by fear. And this is where it happens, where so many good teams and good people get stuck. When belief wavers, our instinct to do more, try harder, add more, change more. We start chasing fixes instead of building trust and what we know already works. Which brings me to the next part, because more isn't always the answer. You lose a game or come up short in a moment that mattered, and right away the mind goes to, we just need to work harder. We need to focus more. We've got to bring more energy, more intensity, more commitment. And listen, none of these things are bad. Hard work matters, energy matters, focus matters. But when more becomes the answer to everything, it's usually a sign that belief has quietly stepped out of the driver's seat. Because what happens next is a cycle we see all the time. Athletes grind harder, coaches push more, everyone doubles down on the effort, and for a little while it feels like it's working. Intensity goes up, results might even follow, but underneath, nothing has actually changed. Nothing's changed in the story you believe about yourself or your team. So when the next challenge hits, you fall right back into that same loop. That's the hamster wheel. You keep running, doing all the things, but you're running on top of an old belief that says it's never quite enough. And when that's the belief, more effort doesn't break the cycle, it feeds it. Because effort alone doesn't rewrite beliefs. You can't fix a belief problem by doing more. You fix it by doing what actually aligns with the story you want to believe. And that's where the shift happens. When the work isn't just about improvement, but about building evidence for a new belief. Here's the good news. Beliefs can be rewired. But rewiring your belief doesn't mean you stop doing all the things you're already doing. It means you start doing them for the right reason. You still practice, you still lift, you still compete. The difference is you make sure what you're doing actually builds evidence for the belief you're trying to create. Because if belief is what drives performance, and it is, then the real work isn't about adding more effort. It's about aligning your effort with what you want to believe is true. And if you're listening right now thinking, okay, I get it, but how do I actually do this? I've got you. I created a free worksheet called the Empowered Belief Builder. It walks you through 5 steps so you can map out your target, build your new beliefs, track your progress, and actually see your confidence grow week by week. You can grab it for free at amysuiter.com/belief builder. amysuiter.com/belief builder. And I'll link it in the show notes too. All right, let's walk through the 5 steps together. Step 1, define the target. Start by setting a shared goal, something specific and measurable. It might be a record, a certain number of wins, or a team performance stat. The point is to have something clear to aim for. Step 2, create your empowered beliefs. Now that you know your target, ask this question. If this goal were already true, what would I believe about myself, my team, and my coaches? These are your empowered beliefs. They're the beliefs you'd already hold if the result was real. If you'd already hit that number, won that championship, or reached that level of performance. Take time to list them all out. Don't hold back. If the goal were already achieved, maybe you'd believe, I'm confident under pressure. We close games strong. Our teams thrive in tough moments. I trust myself to make adjustments. I trust my teammates to do the same. Those are your empowered beliefs. They paint the picture of who you are becoming, not just who you hope to be. And the clearer that picture gets, the faster your mind starts looking for ways to make it true. Okay, step 3, create action steps for each empowered belief. Now, for each empowered belief, ask yourself, what could I do right now to make this belief true for me? Be very clear and very specific. Vague action steps don't work. Your mind needs clear direction. If your empowered belief is, I'm a great communicator, maybe your action step is, I will schedule a coffee date with my teammate and discuss these 3 topics. Be specific. If your belief is, I'm explosive and powerful, your action step could be, I'll do 25 box jumps every morning at 6 a.m. If your belief is, I'm calm and focused under pressure, your step might be, I'll visualize for 5 minutes as soon as I wake up. Whatever it is, make it simple, measurable, and something you can actually do today. Because your brain learns what to believe based on what you do consistently, not what you say you believe. All right, step 4, schedule your action steps. Belief doesn't grow by accident. It grows through consistency, through stacking evidence that says, see, this is who we are now. When you schedule your action steps, treat them like the most important meeting you have. There's no way you'd skip it. No way you'd show up late or push it to tomorrow. Be darn clear that the time you put on your calendar actually works. And when it's there, it's happening. Because every time you follow through, you build trust with yourself. And that trust becomes the foundation of belief. And the final one, step 5, measure and adjust. Rate each of your empowered beliefs right now on a scale from 1 to 10. Be honest about where you truly are today. Then, at the end of each week, go back and rate them again. You should start to notice certain beliefs gain strength as your consistent actions build evidence for them. If your rating number for a belief isn't growing, that's not failure, it's feedback. It means the actions you're taking aren't the right ones yet. Maybe they're not specific enough, maybe they're inconsistent, or maybe they're not the actions your mind connects to that belief. Don't quit, just adjust, because rewiring beliefs is a process, and every bit of awareness is progress. And for coaches, this part's big. Every athlete's version of belief looks a little different. Your job isn't to tell them what to believe, it's to help them discover where their belief is weak and how they can strengthen it through action. For example, maybe a player deep down thinks, I can't trust my teammate to make that play. Instead of trying to convince them otherwise, ask, if you did trust that teammate, what would it look like? What would you do differently? Maybe the answer is, I'd communicate more, I'd celebrate them, I'd ask questions. Great. Those are the actions that rebuild belief, not in theory, but through experience. And when each athlete starts taking ownership of their part in the team's belief system, everything shifts. Because belief spreads fast, just like doubt does. But when belief spreads, it strengthens everything it touches. In both sports and life, transformation always starts in the mind. Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And honestly, that's what this whole conversation has been about. You can train harder, focus longer, spend more hours, lift heavier, and study more film. But if your core belief hasn't changed, you'll keep finding yourself stuck in the same patterns. Renewing your mind means catching those old stories, the ones that say, we always fall short, or I mess up when it matters most, and choosing new thoughts that actually support where you want to go. It's not about pretending everything's fine. It's about intentionally redirecting your focus towards the beliefs that move you forward. That's what real confidence is. When your thoughts, actions, and emotions are all working in the same direction. When that alignment clicks, everything changes from the inside out. The way you show up feels lighter. Your energy shifts. The game starts to feel fun again. Because belief work isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you already are. It's the daily renewal of your mind, training your thoughts, emotions, and actions to align with the truth that's already inside you. The confident version of you, the composed version, the capable, connected version. That version has always been there. You're just learning to lead from it. So I'll say it again. You can't outperform what you don't believe. Your results will always rise or fall to the level of your belief. If you're tired of feeling like you're doing all the right things, but not seeing the results you know you're capable of, this is your reminder that the work has to shift. You don't need more reps. You need aligned reps. Ask yourself, what am I believing about myself, my team, and what's possible? And does that belief align with where I want to go? Because once you believe it, you'll start to see it. All right, guys, before you head out, don't forget to grab your free Empowered Belief Builder worksheet, the one that walks you through all 5 of those steps from today's episode. It'll help you map out your target, write your empowered beliefs, plan your action steps, and track your confidence growth week by week. You can download it for free at amysuiter.com/belief builder. amysuiter.com/belief builder. It's simple, printable, and perfect for athletes, parents, and coaches to use with your teams. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me today on the Growing Athletes podcast. If this episode resonated with you, share it with another coach, athlete, or parent who needs to hear it. And until next time, keep growing, keep believing, and remember, you can't outperform what you don't believe. I am so grateful you chose to spend your time here with me today. Thank you. To learn more about Growing Athletes and to get access to today's show notes, visit me at amysuiter.com. Always remember, both you and your athletes have everything you need inside of you to achieve anything you set your minds to. So go out there and pursue those dreams relentlessly. And keep in perspective, it's who you become on this journey that really matters, as our dreams will always expand at the exact same rate as our personal growth. I love you all, and I will talk to you next week.